I'm finally done with this book buying band. Random Reads. Hello, it's me, Hope from Random Reads, and today I'm going to be hauling books from thrift books. I'm so excited. I've been on a book buying ban since January, so I have not read, or I have read books, obviously, but I have not bought any books since 2016, and that just killed my soul. And I somehow managed to only get 7 books. I didn't go that crazy. So I'm so excited. But before I open these books, I need to share something. So because I was on a book buying ban, I obviously had to read books without buying them. And my first thought was a library. So obviously I read a lot of library books, which is not something I like doing because I like to annotate my books, and obviously I can't write in library books. That's not something you should do. But I found a whole nother way of getting books that I don't know if everyone knew this, but I certainly didn't know this. And that is library sales. So I found that a lot of libraries have like shelves or buckets full of books that they only sell for like 25 cents to $1, which is crazy. And they're like in perfectly fine condition. So what I got was, this is not part of the haul, by the way. I got these a while ago. So for example, I got an Arc of Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. I love this book so much. I got it maybe a few months ago for 25 cents. An Arc. I got an Arc for 25 cents, and it's in perfectly fine condition. As you can see, it's perfectly fine. And I loved this book so much, and I only got it for 25 cents. Like, since when is that a thing? I think I also got The Night Circus. That was $1. It's in good condition. It's over there. I don't feel like getting it. Anyways, let's get to the haul. So I opened 2 books already because I forgot that I needed to film this, and I was so excited, and I was ripping them open, and I was like, oh, I have to actually film it. So those 2 books I opened are, so the first I have Lies We Tell by Robin Talley, or Lies We Tell Ourselves by Robin Talley. And Robin Talley mostly writes LGBT books, kind of like David Leviathan, and I love her writing. It's great. I also read Our Secret Universe, which is I think her latest book. So now I'm reading Lies We Tell Ourselves, and this takes place I think in the 1960s. And our main character Sarah, which is this girl, is the first Black person to go to a newly unsegregated school. But it used to be all white people, so she's the first Black person to go there. And I believe, like, these 2 people fall for each other, which is very scandalous because they're both girls and it's the 1960s. So I'm very interested to read this because it has LGBT rep as well as women of color. I'm very excited to read this. By the way, all these books, I think for the most part I bought a lot of LGBT books just because we need diverse books, and I just felt like it. The next book I got was Not Otherwise Specified by Hannah Moskowitz, and the main character, Etta, she basically doesn't feel like she fits in. She doesn't look sick enough to fit in with the other people with anorexia, because she's recovering, and she doesn't fit in to the group of people at her school who are LGBT because they're all lesbians, and she's bi, and she had a relationship with a man, so she doesn't fit into that group either. And she doesn't fit in with dancers, the people that she dances with, because she's a dancer, but they're all skinny and white and stereotypical ballerinas, and she obviously isn't. So I guess it's just kind of her figuring out how to fit in, and I don't really know that much, but it sounds really interesting, and it sounds like it has a lot of rep for different important subjects. Yep, we need diverse books, so that's what I'm doing. I'm reading diversely. And now we're opening I'm so excited. We're opening the stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna say I love thrift books more than Book Outlet. I'm sorry, thrift books is my main book place. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. These are so hard to open. I don't know why I decided to just not get scissors. So I have no idea which books these are. I remember some of the books I ordered, but honestly, I don't even know. As I said, most of these are LGBT books, so. So by the way, most of these books I got were actually recommended by Emma Books. I'll link that video down in the description. She recommended a bunch of LGBT books, so I thought, why not get some of them? And if you want to hear some books I recommend, I'll link that video down in the doobly-doo too, because I just did a recommendation video. Yes, I'm excited. So, the first book I see here is Every Heart a Doorway by how do you say this name? McGuire. I'm very excited to read this book. I know a lot of booktubers love this book. I'm so excited to read it. It seems really short too, like very short. I'm very excited to read this. I think this was priorly a library copy, which I really don't care. I love getting scrappy, messed up books, as long as they're good books, I guess. So I believe this story is about a group of kids, and they go to this boarding school, and what all these kids have in common is that at some point they found these doorways to like different magical worlds, and basically they had to come back to, you know, the real world and cope with the fact that they will never go back to these worlds ever again. And that's really all I know, but I'm so excited to read this book. And I believe the main character is asexual, so there's not that many books, except for maybe Ash by Melinda Lowe, that I've heard about that have asexual characters. So I'm excited to read this. It sounds magical, it sounds great, and LGBT rep. So I'm excited. Next is a book you've probably heard about maybe a bajillion times. Oh no, it's ripped a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. And that is Simon and the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I'm sure you've heard of this book. I'll just, you know what? There. So this book follows a boy named Simon, and he is gay. But I don't believe he's out at school, and he has kind of this online relationship with this other boy who also goes to the school but is kind of anonymous, and I guess something happens where he's kind of outed. That's all I really know. I'm sure you've heard of this book because this is a very popular book, and it's a floppy paperback. I love floppy paperbacks. I'm actually about to cry. I love floppy paperbacks so much, and I'm so excited to read this book. I've heard so much about it. It's very hyped, so it better be good, because it better be good. Next. I love how every book comes kind of individually, so that like instead of being a box where it's kind of like get everything in one whole, you know, box, every little book is like a present. Every single book is just a tiny present. I'm so excited. This stuff is hard to rip sometimes. Man. What is next? I didn't realize how many library books I got. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So, oh my gosh. It has the richest. It has the richest. I'm so happy. The next book I got is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I've been hearing about this book lately. It's also another library copy, which I really don't care, but I just didn't realize how many library copies I got. Whew. So it's about a Hollywood star. Oh, so it's like a traveling group of actors. So maybe like a traveling circus-y thing. Honestly, I don't know what this book is about. I'm so sorry, but I'm sure you do because this has been getting a lot of hype lately. So here it is. It's beautiful. I'm so excited to read it, and it has the edges. It has the edges. Yay! I'm so excited. This is what happens when you're on a book buying band. You just get so excited about getting books. Oh, I know what book this is. This is the only book I got that's not LGBT. So, that is 172 Hours on the Moon by Johan Harstad. It looks so scary and so crazy. So, I believe there are 3 kids, Mia, Midori, and Anton. And basically they have this little competition. Is it a competition? Where they have to survive 172 hours on the moon. I heard it's very creepy and mysterious, and just the concept sounds really scary. And look at the cover, just the eyeball and just a human, and I really want to read this. It sounds so creepy, and I'm in the mood for creepy books, so I'm so excited to read this. Let's see what it looks like without. Oh, it's just playing back. That's disappointing. Oh, and look, it has like little. Oh, it has like blueprints. It sounds so interesting. The concept sounds so interesting. I am excited to read this book. I dropped the dust jacket. Oh, so actually, these are all the books I ordered. Here they are. These 6 books. I'm so excited to read them. If you have read any of these books, I'd like to hear your opinion on them in the comments below. I will link all of these books if you want to check them out in the doobly-doo. Yep. Like this video if you like. Read more, and I'll see you guys again in another video. Bye! I see you outside. You're vaping. Neighbors and their vape.